Hello, guys. Welcome to Tuesday's Unbreakable Mindset Call. Today, I want to talk to you guys all about the reason right now I am doing Unbreakable, the 84-day program, while training for my 70.3 Ironman, and how the two go hand in hand, and why I do Unbreakable, the program, at least once or twice a year. And it's not because, I don't have it figured out and I don't know what discipline is. It's because discipline and fortitude and grit and perseverance, these are perishable skills. If you do not train them, if you do not work for them, they will not be existent in your life. And that's why the program works. That's why the program is 84 days nonstop. If you miss a task, you restart day one. Because every other program that you've maybe been a part of, that you've seen, other than 75 Hard, obviously, but it always has a day off or a cheat meal or a step backwards, or you know what I mean? Like, it's never like every single day. And that's when you guys don't actually train to push yourself through the hard days where you want to stop, you want to quit, and that's what the whole program is. Let's just be honest. Like, you are going to be battling yourself every single day. And when I say yourself, I mean that voice in your head that is telling you to take it easy, take a day off, just eat that meal. Sometimes it creeps in as in like, you did enough. You ran 15 kilometers. You ran 10 kilometers. You rode the bike. You did this big workout. You have a birthday party. You know what I mean? And it's just like over and over and over again, this voice is just telling you to take the easy road and is trying to convince you to choose comfort rather than the difficult task. And I want to talk about like this past weekend, like, it was funny, like on Sunday morning, like I wasn't feeling the best. For one, it was our daughter's birthday on Saturday, like birthday party. Me and my wife were trying to like finish this fence, decorate for the party, do all these things, and like just running all day, plus doing my workouts, plus like all the things in a birthday party that you have to say no to. All these things are like in my head all day. And I remember that night, the birthday party night, it was like 11 p.m. in the evening. And me and my wife both had to get workouts in. And we're just like totally like depleted and tired. And like the voice in my head was so loud because I didn't feel good. And all these things. And we battled through. We got on the bikes. We got through the 45-minute workout. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't like some spectacular PR or anything, but it was like the fact that we did it. And then I was like super tired in the morning. I only slept for like 4 hours, and I woke up and I looked at my wife and I was like, listen, I don't think I can do this. I think training for the 70.3, I feel like I might be doing too much. And then I was just saying all this shit, and my wife looked at me and was like, come on, like, you got to go. Like, you got to get through this. Like, you're not quitting. And thankfully for her, she hit something inside of me, which activated the other side, like the other voice in your head, which is like, go do something, go take action, go make it happen, regardless of how you feel. And everything in my body was telling me like, fucking take it easy, Kyle. And I went on and jumped on the bike and did 56 miles. And like, that was my longest ride ever and longest ride of my training yet. And that came at the day when I felt the lowest. And that's what you build in the program. That's why the program works. Because if you push through, if you tell yourself, you know what, fuck off, I'm doing it, that builds something powerful inside you. And I felt so good after that bike ride, like not like energy wise, but in my mind, I was like dialed in, because it's like, you know, like you had all this shit. You had all these like this, like you almost quit on yourself and quit on the pro, quit on the community, quit on everything. And then you chose to go. And then you actually went and stacked something that was something you haven't even done yet. And that's what this is about. That's why this is so powerful. And ever since that moment, I've just been dialed in even harder. And then yesterday, which is the day after Sunday, I ran my fastest 10K yet. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, this is where people quit. This is where people like talk themselves out of it. This is where people think like they need rest and they need to take it easy. And that's just like, that's your mind. You are battling your own mind. And that's what this program is all about. So I really want to talk today, obviously tell that story, because like, I know some people in this community listening to this call right now are in the program, and they're going through something like this, and maybe they quit, maybe they had to restart. And that's what this is about. And even if you did quit, as long as you restart the program, you're still doing it. You understand? Like, that's the point. It's not like 84 days clear and you're just going to make it through. It's like, no, if I fail, I start over. And I'm, no matter whatever it takes, as long as your mindset, which Tennille spoke to mindset, she spoke to rituals, she spoke to all these things in the previous calls, which I encourage you guys to go listen to. But this is what it's about. You need to dial it all in, because it's not like you can just start the program and compare yourself to myself, who's done the program over almost 10 times now in the last 6 years. And my level is a different level than yours. And for me, I'm basically on this program my entire life. Like, like maybe it's not like follow the tasks every day, but it's like, I'm a pretty disciplined person. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is like, the more you do the program, the more you push yourself through, the more like your life starts drifting after you've completed the program, and you know how to activate this program again and start just to get your shit together, just to take yourself to a whole new level. That's the point. The point is to always keep pushing yourself to a new level. Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. Personal excellence is why we do this program, and how we're going to change the culture and how we're going to change the people in this community. Is like, if you're not doing the work, and you're not like pushing yourself to be better, a better father, a better mother, a better husband, a better wife, a better leader in your community, a better leader in your day-to-day work or your business or any of these things, you're going to go down, because like I was just saying, it's a perishable skill. If you're not honing it, if you're not working on it, if you're not doing anything that pushes yourself further, then it's going to vanish. And then you're stuck on the couch one day wondering what the fuck is even going on, because you're sitting there and being like, I quit on myself. And then you start repeating that in your mind, and you guys will learn that your words you tell yourself are dictating your entire life. And that is the truth, because it's what we say to our own selves that keeps us stuck. Oh, you can't do that, or you were never good enough, or you'll never be like him or her, or you'll never be able to accomplish that, or money's bad, but money's evil. All these things and words we tell ourselves are keeping us stuck. And it's not until you push yourself through hard things where you're actually going to you're going to believe in yourself. That's number one. You got to believe. You got to believe in yourself first, before you can start believing in the process, because that is where everybody tries to skip that step of believing in themselves. And that's what the program does, is it builds you and it pushes you through, and it teaches you to follow through when that voice I was just talking about is trying to talk you out of it, because that voice is never going away. That voice will be loud sometimes in your lowest moments. That voice is the loudest. It's talking you out of everything. It's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you comfortable. It's doing all these things to keep you exactly where you are, which is not where you want to be. And this is where that pattern keeps, like, I have calls every day with the people, and people that want to join the program, people that want to join the community. And it's just like, it's the same story. people tell themselves they're going to do something and then they don't do it. And then they get regretful, they get depressed, they live in anxiety. And then they just repeat that over and over. They'll start a program, they'll just tell themselves, they'll wake up and they'll be like, this is the week. This is the week I change everything. And then they're good for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Thursday comes, they're still doing it. Friday comes, their friend calls and it's like, we're going boating, you want to come? And then they just piss it all away. And then they wake up Saturday morning or Sunday morning, and then they're just like, shit, that isn't what I wanted to do. That's what I told myself I wasn't going to do. And what did you do? You just broke the promise to yourself. And this brings me to the next point where it's like, hey, Kyle, I get this question all the time. It's like, why did you choose to run Unbreakable while training for a 70.3 Ironman? And I'll be honest with you, it's because I wasn't training for the Ironman. I signed up for the Ironman and because it's something I've always wanted to do. It's like, it's no different than that voice in your mind that's like telling you like, hey, Ryan, you can do more. You can be more. You're built for better than this. And you got this voice in your head telling you, even though you're down the wrong path, drinking, drugs, partying, not being there completely for your family or as a father or as a mother or in your life. And you have this voice when you're not doing it, but you still have this voice in your head saying like, you could be more, or you could do that thing, or you could have that car, or you could have that house, or you could move out of this city. And you have this like thing that's like kind of pushing you. It's the opposite of like that voice that's talking you out of it. You also have this voice in your head that's telling you to do more, to be more, that you are capable. And that's what has gotten me, like that voice in my head has like for the past 6-7 years of me being on this journey has been like, hey, Kyle, you're like, yeah, you can go to the gym every day. You can get jacked. You can be 220 pounds of pure muscle and work out and bench press 2 plates and do all this like crazy PR work at the gym, which is that changed my life. Not going to lie, but it's like, you can only do that stuff for so long before it just becomes a habit, right? It's not like honing my discipline. It's not making me better, going back to like how it's a perishable skill. And in my mind, I always said like, hey, you should do a 70.3. 1, I've always liked it. 2, I love biking. I'm not like the cyclist. Like I'm not like going and trying to be in the Olympics or anything, but I do like biking and I hate running and I can't swim. I'm like a rock, but I've always wanted to just say like, you are an Ironman, or like you did that really hard thing. Like I've wanted to do this more than like a marathon or a half marathon or any of these other things. And I was scared. Like I was, and I signed up. My wife talked me into it. She's like, just do it. Cause she signed up for a marathon at the exact same time. And I just thought like, hey, there's one like pretty close to us, 5 hours away, 70.3. Logistically, it doesn't get much easier than this. So I signed up and then there was like 2 to 3 weeks where I was just continuing going to the gym. I was just continuing into my normal routine. I was just continuing doing the exact same thing I was doing. And and thankfully, I've been through the program so many times that I knew in my head, I like in my mind, in my heart, like I knew like the only way to show up for this Ironman, because like that's the thing. You can sign up for something like this, but the work you do is going to dictate like what happens on race day. So if you don't do anything, obviously you're going to fail or you're not going to do like very good. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I got to go. So I was like, dude, I got to I got to do Unbreakable. Like I literally do. And why do I have to do Unbreakable? Because Unbreakable doesn't allow me to take an easy way out. It's a locked in moment. And that's why I talk about Unbreakable and how you have to be fully committed to the process, to the 84 days, is because you're like locked in and fully committed. It's like nothing's going to talk you out of it. And if you have that desire and you have that commitment level, and it's like a do or effing die commitment, then you're going to get through the program. And I knew that if I know that how my body works. And if I just attach like a purpose to a purpose, I'm going to get the result. And that's why I did Unbreakable at the exact same time. And since Unbreakable, since I started on May 1st, what day am I on? Day 54. In the last 54 days, I've ran over 1,600 kilometers. Not ran and biked and swam over 1,600 kilometers. Every day I'm running, biking, and swimming every other day. And it's like, dude, if I didn't do Unbreakable, I would still be sitting there going to the gym, procrastinating, wondering what if, and then I would have got to the race day and been like, wow, you didn't fucking do the work. And it's like, fuck, man, this is what people do in their lives. And this is what I was doing. And I've even done the program 6 or 7 times or 8. And it's like, fuck, if I can be still at a like point in my life where when I'm not on the program, I try to talk myself out of the program, or just try to talk myself out of the work. It's like, how do these other people feel? How do the other people trying to get through the program and trying to do this thing? And it's like, fuck, you just got to like attach it to a meaning. You have to pick a day. You got to pick something like, why do you need this? Why do you want this? And for me, it's because I'm so competitive and I'm such a like savage about like my, like as soon as I started Unbreakable while training for the 70.3, everything's changed for me. It's like, I just want to unlock more levels. And that's what this is about. It's like, you want to keep unlocking levels in your life. Every year you want to get better. And I did a whole video on like the past 1,000 days. And it's like, what you're doing right now, every day, is going to dictate your life in the future. Like, you don't see the results day to day. You don't see the changes in the mirror day to day. You see them over a long period of time. And that's why this matters. If I look back at my life, every year I get a little bit better. But when I'm in it, when I'm in the year, when I'm in the days, like middle of July on a hot plus 40 day running 5 kilometers or something, it's like you don't understand what you're doing at that moment. But a year later, it's like, fuck, I showed up for a whole year. I showed up for the last 2 years. I showed up for the last 3 years. And now your life starts to look different. Your aurora is different. Your energy is different. Your posture, who you are as a person. You can see it in your face. You can see it in the people you hang out with. You can see it in what you do every single day. Like, that's the point of the program. The point of the program is to change your life. The point of the program is to stay on it long enough that you become a different human being. Because when we look at the world, when we look at the culture, when we look at everybody around us, everybody is going through some shit. And the things, like, what you have to realize is like, these people, they want you stuck. They want you comfortable. They want you on their medicine. They want, like, just look at our food. Look at what they're doing with the fucking shit, man. It's crazy. And every day I get annoyed because it's like, how do these people want, we're like cattle. Like, at the end of the day, we are like cattle. We are just like sheep and cattle, and these people don't want what's best for us. And that's why they suppress this shit, like getting better, living healthier, eating healthy. Like, you can't even find good food, which is another challenging part of the program. Is like just trying to eat right on the fly is very difficult. And that is a skill on its own. But what I'm trying to say is the world wants you comfortable. That is it. And it's like, if you care about your kids, if you care about yourself, if you care about the people that mean the most to you in the world, you have to do it for them. And that's what this is all about. And that's why like Unbreakable Mindset is going to come after the Unbreakable program. You have to go through some shit. You have to show up every single day for a period of time. You have to go through all the moments where your body and everything in you is telling you not to do the thing, not to show up, take it easy, take the easy road, all these things, and you push through anyways. That's what we're training ourselves to be. That's who we're training ourselves to. Like, the person we want to be is on the other side of the hard work. And even if you think you're doing a lot, you aren't doing enough. Like, that is as simple as it is. And you could even be a person that goes to the gym every day, and then still eats shit on the weekend, or doesn't eat his vegetables, or doesn't drink enough water, or still consumes energy drinks all day, or does all this other shit, smokes maybe, or smokes weed, or they're still attached to something. And it's like, you want to break free completely. And that's what we're trying to do in this program. That's what we're doing in this community. And it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us coming together, working through it, showing up for each other, and just becoming unbreakable in our own lives. And don't compare yourself to everybody else in the community. Don't compare yourself to me. Compare yourself to the person you were when you started this. Like, who was I at the beginning? Am I getting better? Am I elevating to a new level? And every week, every day, you're going to notice a little bit of a change. But that's why, like, the progress picture is so important in the program. It's like, you take a progress picture every day, not to look at it day to day and be like, oh, I'm not even changing, and then get discouraged. It's like, no, 84 days, you can swipe through these photos and you can see yourself transform over the 12 weeks. And it's like, that's what this is about. And that's why I'm so passionate about this program. Is like, it's like, if you're stuck in a pattern, you're stuck in this shitty cycle, and this program has been proven through the hundreds of people that have done it, that this is how you change your own cycle, your own process. Like, you know what I mean? It's like 80% of the people that do the program, they maintain a lot of these habits through the next 365 days, through the next 2 years, 3 years, next 1,000 days. And that's going to push them to the life they actually want. So I know I'm super passionate about this. Why I ran Unbreakable and 70.3 prep at the same time is because, like, dude, I wanted to push myself to a new level, because I was also complacent. Yeah, I was showing up. Yeah, I was doing the work. Yeah, it was all a routine, and I wasn't actually pushing myself where I could actually develop even more grit, more perseverance, more fortitude. And that's why I attached to 70.3, is because I want to see what the fuck I'm actually capable of. And it's like, running, I hate fucking running. Like, I do. I like, when I started running, I couldn't even run a kilometer without stopping. I'm just out there just trying to survive, trying not to die. It's not enjoyable. It's freaking hard. My knees hurt. Everything hurt. And you just wake up and you do it again. And it's like, you get a little bit better. And then you wake up the next day and you freaking sore as hell. You put your shoes on and you go out there. And for the first 15 minutes, it's just like agonizing pain and suffering, and your mind telling you to stop running and walk and take it easy, and you did enough. And then you say, fuck that voice, and you keep going, and you run a little bit further, and you run a little bit faster. And then before you know it, you're breaking your own personal records, because it's you versus you. And it's like that. There's no better feeling for me than going out there when I'm sore and tired, and then just showing up for myself, and then setting some crazy new personal record. That, to me, gets me going. And it has nothing to do. And another great thing, like, it's crazy, like, how this all works, but it's because it works. and just like, if, like, the handful of people, or 10 plus people, that are close to me, like in my circle, who aren't on Unbreakable, like they're not in the community. They're just people that I hang out with that are separate from this. And they know I'm running. They know I'm training for 70.3. They know I'm doing Unbreakable. They know I'm pushing. They know I'm like taking myself to a new level. And just from me sharing my runs and my bikes, and they've taken their own action on their own, and then they're sending me their runs, and it's just like, fuck, that's awesome. It's like, just from me not being a runner and starting to run, and then having this big, audacious, huge goal of a 70.3 and doing it in under 5 hours, it's like, which is going to be incredible when I do it, has got them running and got them moving and got them fucking liking it and doing it and sending me their runs and sending me their bikes and doing these things. And it's just like, this is what it's about. This is what it's about. Not everybody needs to do Unbreakable. Not everybody needs to, like, all you got to do is be better than yesterday. That's the goal. Win today, however that looks for you. Just win it, man. Win it. Because like everybody in listening to this call, everybody in this community can go change their life. All you got to do is decide, this is the day. I'm not living like this anymore. I am better than how I've been showing up. I am capable of doing more for myself and my family and everybody around me. And I haven't been the person that I said I was going to be, and then deciding that this is it. This is the end. This is where I change everything. And if you can do that, if you can make that one decision, you'll change your whole life, because it's in that moment where everything changes. It's in that moment where the flip of the switch happens and you realize, I have been taking the easy road. I have been quitting on myself. I haven't been showing up. And I owe it to myself and my family and the people I love to do more, to do the hard shit, to not quit. And no matter what, if it's raining, if it's pouring, if it's thunderstorming, you're going to do it anyway. And that's what this is about. So thank you guys. I got to get some water. I appreciate you all. Let's become Unbreakable. Let's do the work. Let's show up. Let's fucking go, man. Because like, it's like, what are we waiting for? Nobody's coming in here to save any of us. Nobody's coming in here to fix the fucking world. Nobody's coming here to fix your life. Nobody's coming to fix your house, to fix your relationships, to fix anything. It's on you to do that shit. So let's go do it.